Hi. Let me just get set up here. Okay. Hi there. I am Wendy Keys Turnbull, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my regular Tuesday Night Live. Hi Sherry. I'm here to show you another background technique. Each week for the last 3 weeks, I have been doing background techniques. So let me switch you right down already to the tabletop, the desktop. I've rearranged my setup a little bit, so we'll see if anything happens here, anything changes. So hang on, let me just switch you down. There we go. Okay. Looks pretty good. Over a little bit. Okay, still a little angled, but at least it's got the whole thing in there. All right, so my monthly workshop information as usual, and the host code for this month, and well, until December 13th, which is today. Actually, I'm not gonna shut it out for another week or two. So this is the current host code. So today we're going to be doing a background technique called ghosting. And I made up this sample card. You'll see that you can see the words, "Thank you for your kindness" in the background. At least I hope you can. And then I stamped over the top of it. You'll notice that the paper is shiny. So this isn't going to work on regular paper. Hi, Deb. This is only going to work on a shiny paper, which Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell. So I purchased this Yupo paper quite a while ago. I believe I purchased it at Michael's. You can find it pretty much anywhere that you can find art supplies. So it's a shiny surface paper. It's almost like a photo paper. You could use a photo paper for this, actually, now that I think about it. So it's kind of shiny on one side. This is the soft side. This is the shiny side. So that you have to have that, excuse me, you have to have that shininess for this technique to work. Oh, hi, Bev. Okay, so I'm not going to be done in 10 minutes, but you can watch me for 10 minutes. That counts. So, okay. So let me just get right started then. So this is the first card I made. This is the thank you card. I haven't finished the inside of it yet, but I just wanted to get the sample done. I'm going to make a wedding card for the second card, and I'm going to use Rich Razzleberry and Gray Granite for this, and the Yupo paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Versamark marker. I'm going to use the Celebrating You. I'm going to use the, oh no, that's for inside. I'm going to use Wishing You a Happily Ever After for the inside. On the outside, I'm using the Blessings of Home stamp set, and I'm using What a Beautiful Day for Love. So let me get that out of here. Okay, and so I'm using the Versamark, but I am not using embossing powder. Hi, Pamela. Okay, so what I'm doing is since I'm not using embossing powder, I don't have to use the embossing buddy. I'm just going to stamp this in various places on the cardstock. And I'm going to stamp it in all different directions. Oops. I have a feeling I'm not stamping the right side because I can see it too well. Nope, I can feel that this is the shiny side. Okay, let's do it again. Try that again. Okay. Oh, I can still see it though. That's okay. When I did this one, the sample, I had to keep moving it around to see where it was going. Oh, let's see here. Let's put another one in here like so. Let's put a little bit off of here, a little bit off of here. And let's put A little bit right here. Okay, that's it. And the next step is to dry it, to let it dry. But since I don't want to sit here, well, you know what? I'm going to let it sit for a minute and I'm going to do the inside of the card. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm using a rich raspberry card base. And I'm using a gray granite inside of the card. And I told you I was going to stamp wishing you a happily ever after on the inside. Now, I don't have anybody, well, I do have a cousin's daughter getting married in April. So maybe I'll save this card for then. I don't know yet. We'll see. All right, so I'm going to use the rich raspberry. Hi, Colleen. And then I'm going to stamp this flower next to it. Looks like, I think all of my ink pads could use re-inking lately. They all seem very light to me. Put that here. Not too bad. And then I'm going to put a little edge around the outside with, I actually like to do this with the, I'm going to do that with the Stampin' Write pen more. It just looks much neater if you do it that way than if you edge it on the, like I've always done it, if you edge it on the ink pad. It just seems to look neater if you do it this way. This is, obviously, this is going to be on a rich raspberry background anyhow. I just wanted to make, I can figure out where my tape went. That will be taped to the inside. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, so the inside is all done. That's pretty. Okay. So let's go back to, put that away first. I almost said something I'm not supposed to say. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I hope that you got to see that, but there wasn't a whole lot there anyhow. I got a message on my phone, just found it. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to go back to this and I'm going to use my purple blending brush and my grays and blacks blending brush. And I'm going to go ahead and blend some color on this. I like that that's smeared. Let me dry this. You see this one up here smeared because it wasn't dry yet. So let me go ahead and dry the rest of them. I may do this part over again rather than adhere it to the card like this. We'll see. Okay. Cool it off a bit. Okay, let's try this again. Oh boy, is that the wrong side? You guys, yes, that was the wrong side. No. Why did it work so well on the other one? That's weird. Huh. Oh well. Oh my gosh, that's awful. Very, very strange. Well, it's a good thing my sample works, so I can give you an idea of what it's really supposed to look like. Let's see what happens here. No, nope, that did not work. Okay, guys. I wonder if there was a different kind of, I know, the one that I used before was not the same as this. The one that I used for this was a much shinier material. Hold on just a second. Sorry about that, ladies. Okay, we are going to use photo paper because it's glossier than my Yupo paper. So this piece needs to be 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches because I'm using a mat behind it. Okay, let's do this again because this just isn't shiny enough. And the paper that I used here may have been photo paper because there was one smaller piece tucked in here with the Yupo paper. So this is going to work. All right. I need my Versamark again. And I need my What a Beautiful Day for Love. The best laid plans, you know? Hopefully it's fixed, Colleen. I cannot see your messages on my computer anymore, but I can, if I stand up and look at my iPhone, I can see Colleen said that it keeps freezing. Mine froze too, so hopefully it's back where it needs to be now. Ooh, I almost put it in the other one. Okay, yeah, this is better because I can tell, because I can't see it that well, which means it's the right kind of paper. Okay, it looks like I'm covered in most spots. Okay, so I shouldn't have to dry this one very much. I'm just going to flap it a little bit. Gotta hold it where there isn't any. So this is the ghosting. Yeah, you got to see what happens when I don't use glossy paper. That's right, Deb. Trial and error. You don't expect those things to happen when you're live, but sometimes. All right, I think this is dry enough. That was why I was confused because, yeah, this is it. That's better. So you can put it on as light or as dark as you want to, and I don't think I'm going to use the gray granite. I think I'm just going to use the rich razzleberry. I didn't like the way the gray granite looked on that other one, so we'll just use rich razzleberry. Maybe I'll put a little gray granite around the edges of it before I put it on. So I'm just going to rub it on here as dark as I want, as smoothly or as bumpy as I want. So I kind of like it that I've got some darker spots and some lighter spots. Okay, then I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm going to rub. Okay, this is a total failure, you guys. So what's supposed to happen is that the ink is not supposed to stick to the Versamark. So it's supposed to rub right off of the Versamark. And as I said, it worked on this one beautifully. Look at that. You can read everything. So I don't know why it's not working on this one. I am very confused now. Now you could do this with clear embossing powder or white embossing powder, but that I was trying to show you an easier way to do it. And okay, you can still see me up there, but again, on my computer, it's not working. See, it did it right there on the edge of beautiful. So I don't know what happened. I am going to try one more time on the other piece of the photo paper. Let me close these guys so I don't accidentally stick it in one of them. I'm going to make them all be face up this time. And I'll have to trim this down when I'm all done. Okay, I am going to, now this is not what I had to do earlier, but let me dry this one with the heat gun. Get back here. Just to make sure. And I'm just going to do it on the back to maybe straighten it out a little bit, flatten it out a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. If it doesn't work this time, I give up. And we are going to end the video, and I will come back on tomorrow with another technique. I have to figure out what I did wrong with this one. All right. Let's see what happens here. It's making the things that I inked darker, the words that I inked darker. No, it's not going to work, you guys. I don't know why. Nothing has changed from when I made this sample this afternoon, except that I don't know what the sample paper was. It was an unidentified piece of paper that I had in with my Yupo paper. You can kind of see it in reverse here, though, where I kind of like that. I will make the card with that, but it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. But you can see beautiful. That's all you can see is beautiful. And you can't even see that in all the spots. So it makes a unique background, but it's definitely not what this is. And I don't understand why. Look at that other one. Where did it go? There it is. I'm very confused. It's supposed to, the Versamark ink is supposed to resist the color. So it's supposed to, you're supposed to be able to wipe the color right back off of it Kind of is with this, but not completely. I tried it on shimmer white paper earlier, and it didn't work on that at all. So, well, I guess actually when you look at this, it kind of is working. Let's finish this one. Okay. All right, let me set all of these aside for later. Okay, so this is gonna go on here. Which side? Do you wanna try? Let me try this side just for the fun of it. Try finishing this side. If you're brand new tuning in, sorry that this is not working out the way it was supposed to, which is very unusual since I made one earlier today and it worked out just fine. But I guess you gotta have a dud every once in a while. So, you can kind of see it, but you can't completely see it. So I guess what I'll do in that case, you guys can't hear it, but we have coyotes out here in the middle of nowhere, and there are coyotes going mad out there, barking and yelping and yipping, and it sounds like they're murdering a young child. There's like screeching sounds. It's very scary. Can you guys see the beautiful on that? It's let's see. What a beautiful day for love. So you can see it right there. What a beautiful day for love. You can read what there and you can see beautiful day for love there, but you can kind of see it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it with this one. You really can't see it at all on this side. So we're going to put this side up. And this is the right size for this. So I don't know why I must have cut this wrong. But it will do. Okay. Wendy is having a bad night, evidently. Wow. Okay. That on here. Let's get that. All right, and then we'll put this. Which one do I want to use? That you can't really read the for love at all, so we're not going to use that one. Nope, we're going to use this one. I have music, Christmas music on in the background. Don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Good enough. So as I said, this is not turning out the way it's supposed to. I'm sorry about that. Then what you do is you take an image that you want to do over the top, and you need to do it in StazOn ink. Because supposedly you're stamping on a shiny surface. So I got this technique from Melissa Damon. She taught it to us a long, long time ago. Okay. Oh, that does look pretty on there, though. All right. And then I am going to cut 2 butterflies from the Butterfly Brilliance, but it's the Brilliant Wings dies. I'm going to cut 2 butterflies out of this gray granite. This is read the back of the package. This is the Sun Prints paper, DSP. I gave myself lots of room, cut a nice big piece. There we go. Get this out of the way. Get this buddy out of here. All right. Oh, goodness. That does not want to come out of there. There we go. Okay. And get my little foam pad here and my little brush. Let's get those little pieces out of there. We're not going to put the navy blue side down, obviously, because that wouldn't go with the card. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to put these little butterflies on the flowers. And they're coming together. I should have put them up on the edge here. We'll clean that up. It's stuck to my finger. Okay. And I don't like that. That's better. I like that a lot better. Okay. And then got our little blingies. And I really like to use the rhinestones. Thank you, Deb. You're so positive. Okay. And I'm going to color. That's what I like, the basic rhinestones, because you can color them the colors that you're using in the card. So I really like to do that. And actually, I should have used blend as opposed to the Stampin' Right marker, because the Stampin' Right marker, the color will come back off of it if you don't let it dry all the way. So, but there we go. So it's a wedding card, and I think I probably would stamp. In fact, I think I will stamp it right now in the black on this particular one, because it's not, you can't see it. I'm going to stamp the What a Beautiful Day for Love in black right up here. There we go. Because otherwise they'd have not a clue what that was. So What a Beautiful Day for Love. Oh no. This is not my night. So I will take this off with my undo, and I will glue it down there. And I will have a wedding card. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. What a night I'm having. I wish I could see what you guys are saying. I wish I could just imagine what you're thinking. All right. It's only been half an hour, but I don't think I can bear to try anything else because I'm so afraid of how it will come out. So let me flip you around again. Hang on, look at my ceiling here. Oh my gosh, what a night. The sample came out so nice when I did it ahead of time, but boy, I don't know. I'll have to see if this card grows on me. But anyhow, it's the ghosting technique, and I'm going to have to figure out what went wrong, because you should be able to use either Yupo paper or glossy photo paper for this. Let me show you. Let's get my little book out here. I'm going to put you back down for a second. I'm going to show you the sample that I made way back when with Melissa. Here we go. Okay, let me put you back down again. Hang on. Okay, so this is the sample that I made long, long ago called Ghosting. And it says stamp images in Versamark on your glossy cardstock, which we used to have glossy cardstock. Now we don't. But so I guess if you bought a glossy cardstock, that would work. The more you let the Versamark dry, the more defined your resist images will look like. But it should be resisting the ink applied in the next step, which was when I used the blending brush. They say to sponge ink all over the cardstock, but that was before we had blending brushes. And the blending brushes do work because it worked in my sample. So, do as I say, not as I do, I guess, is the moral of this story. Because, well, I did do here. And the sample did not come out so great. And that's on the Yupo paper. And this is on the glossy photo paper. Here's two different ones. Which, this isn't too bad. And this might have worked under there. It would have worked under there. Either way. Yes, I definitely have times like that. Definitely. This is just kind of crazy that it all happened tonight. Yes, Sherry. Wendy screws up all the time, believe me. So, okay. So that's all I'm giving you today because I am not going to attempt anything else tonight. But I might just come on and do something different tomorrow night. Let me show you something. I made these little... So I got this idea when I went to On Stage, and I was doing a swap, and I got a pattern to make a little glue holder box. From, I can't remember her name, but I will definitely tell you tomorrow. I'm going to come on and I'm going to make this for you tomorrow night. I'm going to show you how to make one. Everybody who came to my kit together this past weekend got one. I still have 6 left because I was hoping to have more people at the kit together. But anyhow, it's a very simple and it's very neat because then you can keep your Tombow in it and your Tombow is always at the tip ready to be used. I purchased this one for myself, which was not really cheap. I would have loved to have had this before I purchased this, but either one works. All right, so I think I'm gonna come on tomorrow night and do that, and maybe I'll do my drawing from that, or maybe I'll wait and draw on Thursday from tomorrow night. Okay, gang. Thanks for watching. Bye.